Hi guys, I'm Dylan, and if you're subscribed to this channel and you're returning, then thanks a lot for tuning back in. If you're new to the channel, then please enjoy this video and hopefully you do subscribe and you watch the rest of my videos as well. Now I know I've been gone for quite a wee while and I've not really uploaded a lot. I'm more sort of active on Instagram, but I went through a quiet period there as well. Been pretty busy, changing jobs and kind of trying to deal with switching over and stuff like that as well. Also getting rid of my own car because my new job, I'm going to be getting the train to work every day, Monday to Friday, and the amount of money I was paying for the car I couldn't justify for just 2 days of the week. So in the process of getting rid of that as well. Probably not going to have a car for a wee while till I get sorted out, then maybe make a decision on whether to get a wee silly car or spend a good bit of money on something fun for the weekends. Maybe you could help with your opinions on that as well. But for this video, just now we have the Audi Q5 S Line. Obviously it's a Quattro model and automatic petrol. It's a 2 litre petrol and it's 252 brake horsepower. This thing is really quick, there's no lag in the throttle response and it just goes. Had my friend in the car earlier, he has a Mercedes C-Class Coupe and I don't know what the brake horsepower in his is, but when he was in this, he said to me, he said, this feels a lot faster than my car. So although it's a big heavy car, it is really quick. It's surprisingly fast actually. This is the second time round that I've had the Q5. The last one, it was an 18 plate, this is a 68 plate. Pretty much the same in the inside and the outside as well. This one's a different colour. It's a beautiful Navara blue, I think it's called. Similar colour to my jacket actually, but you'll see that shortly. Beautiful car, stunning inside and out. Very well refined and a great finish in the inside as well, which I will show you around. So this particular Q5 is finished in Audi's Navara blue, which is a very dark blue that they do, but it's absolutely beautiful. One of my favourite colours actually is blue. You can tell that from my matching jacket, but I think it's really stunning and suits this car perfectly. You can see here as well we do have those LED headlights which are very aggressive, adding to that already mean looking front end there. You see that coming up behind you in the motorway? You're going to move out the way, and most people have been. This car comes packed with technology. You've got parking sensors all around the front and the back of the car. Of course as well you've got your privacy glass and your roof rails there, making it again look more like an SUV as it is. Comes with huge 19-inch alloys on here as well. Of course this one is the S Line, so it's got very nice sharp edges, including this tornado line, Audi call it, which goes all the way around the car, and it's actually very sharp, if you can see that there. Really defines the bodywork in this car. Of course again the lights at the back here, excellent, and I've got a weird thing about lights, but I really do like the way they can change the whole look of a car. The only thing about this one is when you do open the boot, because the lights are on there, it does leave you with a big empty space in here. Please excuse the roof bar in the back there, but to me that looks quite stupid. But you can see here you do have plenty of space, a nice almost level loading bay here as well, and of course you do have your power tailgate. You're seeing this as well at the back here, it looks nice and sporty as if you've got the twin spoiler, but you can see both of those, they're actually fake, but they do make it look great. And this here as well, it is a 2 litre petrol Quattro. Now I have a diesel myself and I thought I would never go back to a petrol, but this one here, I've been driving it around and it's actually probably a lot better now. It suits my needs a bit more than the diesel when I bought it. But from this one here, it's a 2 litre petrol and it comes with 252 brake horsepower. Now this isn't even an SQ5, but it's sure as hell quick. I'm just going to show you inside the car because again there is even more technology in there. So of course, going into the front, being the S Line, you've got these beautiful half leather, half cloth seats with the S Line badge stitched in there. Also in this, it comes with a technology pack, so you've got wireless charging pad in here, and you've got your digital display system in the middle here, which you can see you can customise quite a bit. Got the sat nav in there, you can make that bigger, you can zoom in or out on that and really get a good idea of where you are. Of course as well, you can go through radio stations and have your displays however you prefer it. The thing that does annoy me about the Audi these days is the S Line doesn't get the flat bottom steering wheel as standard. It's a very petty thing, but it makes all the difference. However, the steering wheel in this is very nice anyway, and it is nice to feel and to drive with as well. So although it's not the flat bottom, it's very manageable and still quite comfortable. Again, S Line, the finish in here, you've got that suede material in there, which small little things, you probably hardly ever see it, but it's a really nice finish to have. And when you're sitting inside, you do get that premium feeling there as well. Again, excuse the grass, I was at a car show earlier and it was in the middle of a field, which was a bit unusual for myself, I'm not used to that. You can see over here you do have this big display screen, which again, nice and easy to use. You can use the dial here, and this is quite good compared to my old one. The dial, when you twist it, it used to be, on mine, it was backwards. Being a German car brand, it was as if it was all tailored to the drive being on the left hand side. So to me it was backwards and it was a bit awkward to use, but the UK model now has fixed that. Down here you can see you do have your touch sensitive buttons on here for your climate control, as well as your dual climate control here, which can be different temperatures, along with heated seats, which is going to come in handy tonight because it's getting quite cold. You do have your Audi magnetic ride on here as well. Again, different drive modes. I have had this in dynamic the whole time, and even in dynamic mode, going through that field today was still very comfortable. Of course, you've got the start-stop technology, parking sensors, and your downhill assist as well. Down from that, you've got this nice touchpad here, which makes it very easy when you are looking to enter a destination. You can just write on here where you would like to go, and you can see it's very easy as well to use. Even when you're driving, I wouldn't recommend it because it is a bit tricky, but if you really had to, it can be done. I really like the new gear selector in the Audi. It's small, it's compact, it doesn't get in your way when you're trying to use this. However, I would probably prefer this to be here, then swapped around. But having it there, it's not intrusive. It's nice and handy actually to have it right there. And of course as well, nice short gear changes, nice and easy to use. And you can see, as well as being in dynamic, I've had it in sport mode. You can see from the S there, compared to just a normal drive. Now, I don't know if you'll pick it up in this video, but if you just listen. Again, don't know whether you can hear it or not, but you can hear the exhaust note change when you put it into the sport mode. Again, just the high gloss finish against the chrome inside here makes it look very classy. And of course as well, you have your Quattro badge on here, and the dark headlining as well in this S Line model makes all the difference. Again, not an SQ5, but honestly, driving this around for the few days I've had it, I don't really see the need in driving an SQ5. However, I haven't drove a new model of that yet, so maybe that's a lot more impressive than what I've got just now, but I'm rather happy with this. Again, you can see in here as well, you do have your touch sensitive interior lights, your reading lights. It's a very, very interesting car all round. So as I've mentioned plenty of times in this video, this is the 2 litre petrol model that I've got here just now, and being the 4-wheel drive and petrol, you'd think it'd be quite thirsty for fuel. Bearing in mind I have had it in dynamic mode with the sports gear selector as well, so it does draw the gears out quite a bit and it would use more fuel than usual. But I have been doing quite a lot of miles as well in the past few days, travelling around to like Bowness, you know, like I live in the other side of Glasgow, so quite a fair journey there back on a petrol. But even at that, I'm averaging 28 miles per gallon, which is pretty impressive. On the diesel that I have, I've got the 2 litre diesel A6, and even when I was doing the mileage in that, I mean, I was back and forward along the motorway for work, and I was lucky if I was getting maybe 35 miles to the gallon. So the difference now doesn't seem that vast, and to get 28 miles per gallon from a 4-wheel drive petrol with that much power, with me driving it pretty fast and also in sport mode, at 28 miles per gallon is very, very good. So I can only imagine what you would get if you were driving it more carefully.